I'm Owen Bigline. This is the Inside Edge video blog. Okay, let me give you a frontline update here, mid-month update on where the Vancouver real estate market is at currently. And it continues to be right now on pause. It's in a holding pattern, as it has been now for the last over 3 weeks. And for good reason. We're still in a state of emergency in the province. We're still on social distancing programs. Everything pretty much is still closed except for essential services. I would say right now 90% of realtors are either self-quarantining or have taken a break. And as a result of that, last month I took all my listings, all my active listings off the market. I put them on what we call Cancel Protect, which takes it off the public MLS. And for good reason, because when traffic and interest is down 90%, it is definitely not in a seller's interest unless they absolutely have to sell right now, and there are some of those out there, I'm sure, to take your house off the market until we get some more clarity and things get at least a little bit more back to normal. We're not on lockdown and we're not in a state of emergency. Because as a listing realtor, and same thing when I'm working with my buyers on the buying side, I have fiduciary duty to my clients. I always have to act in their best interest. And when someone hires me to sell their home, they're hiring me for a reason. They're hiring me because they know my track record, my history, my experience. They know that I'm a professional marketer. I sell a lot of homes. And my goal and my priorities are to them and to get the maximum selling price for their home. Every home I list, I go in with that goal in mind. I treat their money like it's my own money, and that's the way I've always done business. So they're going to look to me for my guidance, my instructions on where we should price the home, when we should list it. Is there anything we should do to prepare the house to make it more marketable? And for right now, starting last month, I told my clients, listen, it's in your best interest. Let's take the home off the market. The activity and the interest just is not there. Buyers are at home and realtors are at home. They're not showing properties. I mean, last month, the real estate board came down saying, they no longer want us to even run open houses, and they really don't even want us showing properties. And if we do, my brokerage we had to have the buyers and their realtors, I had to have them sign a legal disclosure, a waiver, basically taking any liability off me and my brokerage. So it is crazy times. When you're getting 10% of the activity you should not be on the market right now trying to sell your home. Yet I do still see homes getting listed, not that many every day on the MLS. I also see homes that are being price reduced every day on the MLS. Now, I don't know the situation of these sellers. Some of them for sure must be in some dire straits here and have to sell. They must. Because why else would you have your home listed when 90% of the interest is off the table for right now? It's crazy. Now, on the buying side, I'm sure keeping an eye on some of these, because when you're listing something now, I mean, it screams of desperation, in my opinion. And I've had many of my investor clients contact me here. I'm always working with buyers asking, is there anything you're seeing yet that we can go after? Right now, not a whole lot, because I haven't seen much, at least not as far as good quality units. The ones that I like to go after are detached homes hit the market. Most realtors are doing like what I'm doing. They've taken off a lot of their listings off the MLS for now, and they're not listing anything. That's the other thing. I have probably 6 or 7 listings in the queue that I was going to list this spring, and I've told all of them, let's just wait. Let's wait 2 or 3 weeks. We're kind of reviewing it as we go. I'm thinking maybe by early May or mid-May, but who knows? Once we get some optimism back here and some activity and people aren't quarantined and in a lockdown mode, then that will be the time to start putting these homes back out. The only thing I'm leaving out right now is some luxury listings I've got, for the reason that, hey, I only get 1 or 2 showings on these $10 million homes anyways. So I'll leave them out there. I have had some realtors call me, because the realtor can still see the Cancel Protect. It's just the public can't see it. Asking me, of course, if I'm going to be relisting these homes and these condos. And I'm telling them yes. But for right now, it's on a holding pattern. I'm taking it kind of week by week. I have no clue where this is going, just like everybody else doesn't. but maybe by early May or mid-May, I don't know. But once we get some optimism back and things are a little bit more back to normal as far as the social distancing and restaurants and things are opening, that will be the cue to then put it back out on the market again. And activity should come back. And I think the market will, I don't think it's going to be quite as robust as it was before the coronavirus started, but I do think it will bounce back fairly quickly. There are still a lot more buyers than there are sellers. You've got variable rate mortgages at under 2%, very little inventory, and that inventory is shrinking by the day right now because, as I said, nobody's listing anything, and realtors are taking listings off the market right now. So the inventory is shrinking at a pretty big pace. So that's where we're at currently. It's in a holding pattern, nothing getting listed, and as I said, most of my listings I've taken off the market, and for good reason. You know, I had someone that called me the other day. It wasn't a realtor. It was someone who had seen one of my listings and saw the sign. I've kept the sign up on it and wanted to know, did it sell? And I told him it didn't sell. I've got it on cancel protect right now on a holding pattern, and I'm going to relist it in the next 2 or 3 or 4 weeks. Give me your name and I'll give you a call when it's back out there. He asked me, are you going to list it at the same price? And I said, well, yeah. I only had this home on the market for 6 days. It wasn't a matter, it was priced right. It wasn't a matter of my pricing, I had to tell him. It was a matter of my activity. I had 5 phone calls on this home when I should have had 30 phone calls. So that's why I took it off the market. When I do put it back on the market in May or whenever, it will be at the same price. It was priced right. After I hung up with them, I kind of had to chuckle. It was kind of like that old quote from Keith Richards of the Rolling Stones. After he got arrested in Toronto back in the 80s there, they had asked him, Mr. Richards, do you have a problem with drugs? Do you have a drug problem? And he goes, I never had a drug problem. I had a police problem. And that's the way it is with this. Homes that are coming off the market, I'm going to be relisting pretty much all my listings at the same price, especially the ones that I only had on the market for under 2 weeks. Not a pricing problem, it's an activity problem right now. But that will turn. When that'll be, we're not too sure. I'll give you guys some more updates as we find out more. I'm Owen Biglen. As always, thanks for watching. I'll see you next week.